Does it look bad if we reduce an asking price? No, is the answer. When it comes to advertising a property, statistically speaking, you've always got the best chance of achieving a sale for the best price in the first 2 to 4 weeks of advertising. So pricing, of course, is very important. But you've got to be careful. There's nothing worse than hearing somebody say they've sold their house first viewing day one for asking price, because generally that means you probably have undersold it and you could have got a bit more. So when I value a house, I'll always give you a best and a worst case scenario based on my local knowledge and comparable evidence of properties in the area. And then depending on your situation, we'll mark it accordingly. So when you mark it initially at the higher end, if you get a very positive reaction, then you've obviously priced it right, and we will then inevitably end up achieving a sale. If, however, you've had a negative reaction, so maybe just a few inquiries in that initial 2 to 4 weeks, then it would suggest that perhaps we are not quite delivering on the expectations set by the asking price, and therefore a reduction is probably required to incentivize those buyers to buy. Now, when you make a reduction, the way that Rightmove works is if you reduce a price by 2% or greater, then it will re-alert your property to all registered users for the next 7 days, and it will add a reduced on date tag to your advert. Now, the reason why that's important is that it keeps your property relevant, and it means that when buyers are looking through their feed and looking through their Rightmove listings, they will always see your property there, and that is an encouraging thing to try and get buyers through the door. Now, if you've got a property that's struggling, you're not getting the interest, and you don't reduce the price, then a property will very quickly gain a reputation, and buyers will see it and they'll see, oh, that house has been for sale for a month, 2 months, still the same price. There must be something wrong with it, or it's too expensive, and it will gain that reputation. This is why it is important that your agent gives you accurate feedback from the viewings, or again, if there are no viewings, then the agent can explain to you why that might be. It might be the time of year, or in most cases, it will be a case that you're just pitching it a little bit too high. So don't be afraid when it comes to reducing an asking price. The longer you leave it, the more negative it will be and the less impact it will have. So listen to the advice that you get from the agent. Listen to what's coming from the market and from your buyers and the feedback that you've been getting. And remember, everything these days is instant. When people are viewing online, they can see everything from day one, and they'll be refreshing their searches every day. So if your property is a good property, it's in a good area, and your advert looks as good as you can get it, and you're not getting interest, then be honest with yourself. 9 times out of 10, it will be because of the price. And I'd always recommend that you make your reductions sooner rather than later, before you get that negative reputation.